So good evening. We are back again. We're full of joy. We're full of spirit. And we might have needed some spirits last night when we went 1-1. But we are back again. Chig's MIA. We don't know where Chig is right now. Claude back again. Hope you're good, mate.
Yeah, fine, mate. Fine. Apart from Virgin Media, but fine, mate. Yeah.
What you should do is record a video, Claude, right, about how shoddy their service is. Yeah, and then tag them. Yeah, and watch how quick they get their backside in gear. They'll do it real quick. Watch. Yeah, you should do that. And sitting proud on his birthday at the bottom of the screen, Ken, happy birthday, man.
Thank you very much. I just want to say
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
Come on, baby. Happy birthday to you.
I just want to say, before we start, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who sent me presents. You know, like my family sent me some really nice presents. I've got a Tyson Fury book. I've got loads of wine gums. I could share them virtually with everyone. And I've got a big, and I've got a nice like wash bag as well. So thank you to mother-in-law. My mum's given me loads of money. I try not to use that for a takeaway. I might save that for some eau toilette. And also, I want to thank everyone who's contacted me personally. I've replied to all of your messages and on Twitter, but I'm going to reply to everyone on Instagram as well. Sent some nice messages. Thank you for your kind wishes on this nice day for me.
There you go. Very nice word. Kenny, you're a gentleman as always.
Happy 50th, Kenny. Happy 50th.
That's next year. Oh, sorry. I should have kept quiet about that. I should have kept quiet about that.
And here he is, fashionably late, later than us. Chig back in the building. You good, man?
Don't worry. I'm Nigerian. What do you want me to say?
This stream, the first 2 minutes 15 seconds of it has been hilarious. Oh dear. Well, listen, we're all smiling, we're all happy, and Arsenal didn't ruin our evening last night. They tried real bad to ruin it, but they didn't. Elneny FC. Elneny don't score shit goals. We know that now. He only scores good goals, and that was a very important goal. What did you make of the game, Claude? What did you? Was you ripping your hair out?
I was confident. They had not taken away because you only can beat what's out there, but they had a very depleted back line as well. They had 3 or 4 injuries at the back. They had Van was his that bloke we were after. VIEIRA, was he called?
Jan and VIEIRA.
Yeah, they had him from midfield playing at the back with, of course, our old mate Socrates. I thought we'd the way we started really well. Brilliant goal from Odegaard, or what is that? I hope I pronounced it well. I thought overall our performance was good. And then we nearly at half time. Louis done one of his silly things again, nearly putting us in trouble. Then second half we came out, and then we done that. Leno, I don't know what he was thinking, but I think Tobias wasn't half asleep as well, and they punished us with the striker. He doesn't miss, does he? From there, and for 5 or 10 minutes they were starting to control the game, but we wrestled it back from them. We got the second goal. I think it's an important goal, and then we went on to win 3-1. It was quite. I thought my man of the match was. I think a lot of people are not saying it, but my man of the match was Hector Bellerin. I thought he was outstanding last night.
Yeah, that was one of his best games. Well, we all said that. Every single one of us said that last night.
Yeah.
I thought he was outstanding. From the first whistle to the last whistle, his crossing. I got laughed at for saying that on the Taddy show after. They all laughed at me, so I don't know why. But I thought they ain't laughing now, are they?
Right. Yeah. So you got to give credit because everyone before the game, a lot of the fans on the other channel was saying that they didn't want him to play Bellerin. So you've got to give Arteta credit because he picked him and he's gone for it, and it's paid off. So on that account, you've got to give credit Arteta when it's due. Yeah, look, the only thing is we're still making stupid mistakes. If we can cut that out, maybe we are making progress. I don't know, but I mean, I'll leave it to Kenny. But overall, the performance was good. I think when they're saying great, I think maybe going a bit OTT. Good performance.
Yeah. It was. We were comfortable. Literally, didn't worry about them one bit really until they got that goal gifted to them.
Also, as well, now what's good about it, now we can now put a proper 11 out against Spurs without worrying about Thursday, because I think the tie now is over, definitely over in my opinion. There's no way they're going to score 3 goals. They were not likely to get one if we didn't gift them it. So I can't see them scoring 3 goals in at the Emirates. So I think we can safely say we're in the next round of the Europa League. Hopefully we'll play Granada. I heard they're as good as Thames Television, but I'm not sure. But anyway,
did they win? Did they beat Mulder? I didn't see the results. I'm looking now. Did they beat Mulder? Roma are through. They won 3-0.
2-0. Mulder are a very, very, very poor side, aren't they?
Mulder are the man centre.
That is a team that would be ideal for us to get into the semi-finals. That would be a proper. For me, it's a buy if we get them in the next round. It's a buy for me.
Well, you say that, but they did knock out Napoli in the round before this one, and
you can't write off any team that gets as far. To be honest,
the Italian sides are very poor. I think the Italian, apart from Milan, I thought Milan played quite well yesterday. I thought
Roma did all right. Roma won 3-0, but the Ajax 3-0. See, there's still some decent teams left in this, man. VIEIRA with Unai Emery 2-0 up away from home. Tottenham 2-0.
Spurs. Yeah, Spurs is still. Yeah, Spurs. Milan.
It's all set up for an Arsenal Spurs final, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I ain't writing Man United off. I think they can score over there quite easily. So there's no way they're out of that tie. And so we'll see. We'll see.
What did you make of it, Kenny?
I thought the performance was the first half. I thought I was very pleased with it because I thought we played some really good football. You know, Odegaard. I was talking to him yesterday. There was lots of people in my ear before Odegaard, hit that rocket. Oh, come on, he's a bit quiet today. Get involved, get on, bang, right in the roof of the net. The goalkeeper trust me, if any goalkeeper put their hand on that, I think they would have been out of action for about 6 months. If they got an hand to that shot, it was that hard. But in terms of there was some sloppiness towards the end of the second half, end of the first half with David. But first 30 minutes were in complete control, and then Lehmann, I don't know, he just had it wasn't even a rush of blood. He just assumed that that it was going to come off. So Bias ain't ready, goal. They go 1-1, and then Hector Bellerin makes a match-saving tackle where El Arabi, has a clear shot on goal. Hector Bellerin gets in front and makes that saving tackle, and that was an example of his good performance. He's very good in both halves, and then we've got a bit of luck in terms of a good goal by Gabriel, and then Elneny comes in, bang. But the good thing about it is that we deserved to win, because the reason why I'm saying it is because overall we had most of the possession. Overall we looked the most likely to score, but we can't be as sloppy. I'm not just talking about in Europe, but in the league, because there's going to be some teams that are not going to allow us that kind of space that Olympiacos allowed us. And I say it's a great respect to Olympiacos. There's better teams in England than Olympiacos. So in that respect, cut the sloppiness. Arteta, got his substitutions spot on. And even when he made the tactical substitution where he got it wrong, he kind of basically took it back, realised his mistake and brought Elneny on, and goes a bit of control. He got the goal, so everything's gone well for him. But one thing I'm sure Tig is going to touch on as well: the fact that certain players like Willian are playing well, and Aubameyang and Odegaard are in a team now. It's very harsh on players like Pepe and Lacazette, because before we shoehorned Odegaard in the side, and brought Willian back to the side. Those guys, like the names I mentioned, actually haven't done anything wrong. They haven't been playing badly. In fact, they've been playing quite well. But it's just that the manager's just taken a punt and thought, right, I need to get Odegaard in this team anyhow, and I want to get Aubameyang scoring again. So he's made a ruthless decision and sacrificed 2 players who are going to feel very hard done by. And, I'm sure we're going to touch on Martinelli as well, because I don't see any room for Martinelli in this side. I think 3 or 4, I think 2 players have to be injured for him to get a game, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad how this kid can't get a game. Like, I know Willian's done all right statistically, and his endeavours there. He does try, he does run around. I expect that anyway. But he's I think he's had 4 assists. I see Arsenal tweet out in his last 4 games. It's like, okay, well, are we really claiming an assist for that goal last night for Gabriel? Like, he literally leapt like a salmon. Like, it's a hit and hope. It's a corner. It's a hit and hope. How are we palming that off as an assist? I can't stand assist stats, man. Yeah, I'm going to come on to Chig. Let me come on to Chig. I can see you shaking your head, bro. Like, I know what you're going to say as well. Give him props. He's done all right. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're on mute, by the way.
I know. I was just waiting for you to enter me into the part of the conversation.
Was that an assist last night for Gabriel's goal?
Yeah. Listen, I know you hate it, and I know what that is associated with. Whether it's, and you know my feelings on assists already. As far as Mustafi's to Martinelli's against Chelsea, yes, I agree with you. It's a pass, if nothing else. But you can't dismiss key passes, assists altogether. At the end of the day, if Willian, and this is coming from me, as Kenny alluded to, this is coming from me when it comes to Willian. So if I'm giving Willian props for that, then you should. I feel like, for me, something has clearly clicked in terms of the way he needs to play in the team. I didn't think he was that great yesterday, I must admit, but I could see what he was at least trying to do in terms of certain positions that he was taking up on that left-hand side, and he was clearly doing some sort of interchanging thing with Saka, which unfortunately, I think didn't have the greatest effect on Saka's game, but I think it helped out what Willian was trying to do. But yeah, I think Willian is just trying to do this kind of thing at the moment where he's almost trying to play that kind of Sanchez type of role, where he's just trying to kind of be an available outlet for wherever he possibly can, and just work as hard as possible. Yes, he's not as good as Alexis Sanchez ever was for us, but he's clearly trying to adopt that type of role. But I think all in all, like the boys said, I thought based on the first half performance, I thought we played well. Second half, I thought what was a disappointment to me was the fact that I felt like Leno should have dealt with that situation a lot better than he did, considering that he was just in this same situation the game before. So you thought to yourself, you would know how to deal with this now, And I absolved Leno against Burnley, but not yesterday. I thought that was mostly him yesterday. Yeah. I thought that was a disappointment. But all in all, I kind of agree with the boys. I think the tie is more or less done. I don't think you can ever rule it out, because I think with Arsenal, if you put them under pressure early, they are likely to crumble and they are likely to become under pressure. So I think that will be their game plan. Olympiacos have done it before, so they'll be confident that they can do it again. So I think it's for us to be responsible as possible and to see that game out. And as long as we can do that, then onwards and upwards, and let's look forward to beating your boy Emery.
It's going to happen, isn't it? We're going to get Unai Emery in the next round, and it'd be very, very interesting to see what happens in that game if we did get him. The worst bit about it is if we don't get him and we say get Granada, and we get to the semi, and then we get him and he knocks us out, to get us to a final, that'd hurt. That would hurt. That would be like, no, seriously. Emery's a top manager, I think. Yeah, he's not an elite level, but he's still a top manager. But can you imagine if we got them in the semi-final and they beat us in the semi? Like that would just be rubbing salt into the wounds. Yeah, if we beat them.
I feel sorry for your Twitter feed if we beat them, though.
I've got all notifications turned off other than people I follow, mate. So don't worry about that. Yeah, literally, my notifications are chill, mate, because I've turned everything off. Literally turned it all off unless I follow them, and I only follow about 600 people. So yeah, but no, it's I just want to clear one thing up about assists, yeah, because I see enough people in this chat, and me and Chig argue all the time about assists, right? For me, a corner is never an assist. And the reason it's never an assist is because there's 20 people standing in that box. It's a hit and hope. You're trying to put it into a certain area, but when you kick the ball, everyone's going to move from that area that they initially started in. Yeah. If he was aiming for Aubameyang, then how's it an assist? Because that's what it looked like he was aiming.
Apparently they worked on that on training, that he would find Gabriel. So he can head it in.
It was a bullet header. What a goal. What a goal. But then Gabriel then gets an assist for Elneny's goal. Partey gets one for Odegaard's. Where does this assist thing end, bruv? Like, real talk. Because all three of them last night, none of them were assists. What Bellerin did, where it rolled across the line, if somebody taps that in, for me, he's laid that on a plate. It's an assist. Chig's not having it.
I'm sorry. The argument is just dumb, but I don't agree with
Who passed the ball to Elneny?
Gabriel.
So that goes.
He gets an assist for that, Gabriel. That's not an assist. He passed it. It was a sideways pass. That man's run 25 yards and then pinged it from 30 yards.
Yeah, but that goes down as an assist, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there you
it's
go.
not an assist though. It's a pass.
It's an assist. If he's not there to make that, if he's not there to make the pass, it's not an assist, is it?
Bruv,
he doesn't go in. If he's not there, if he's not there to make that pass, listen. Whether you rate assists is a different debate. That's a different debate. But to say that something is not an assist and some are because it depends on the difficulty, I'm sorry. You're never going to get me to agree to this.
Okay, so does anybody know who got the pre-assist for the Elneny goal then?
Oh, no, you know that's different.
Exactly.
You know that's different.
But this is the thing. This is what pisses me off with assist stats, yeah? If it's one of your favourite players, i.e. Mesut Ozil...
This is what it comes down to.
Yeah?
This is the Ozil.
That fella...
That's what this comes down to.
That fella has manipulated and finessed people into thinking that if you do a pass and the goalkeeper and then the striker, somehow scores it, yeah, that every single pass that is the final pass is now an assist. What a load of bollocks, yeah? Because why don't you do okay, so I'll give an example. We played Burnley at the weekend. Leno to Partey to whoever it was. I think it was Aubameyang, wasn't it? Aubameyang scores. Yeah? So
it was Willian did the assist. Willian did
Willian. Yeah.
I know Willian did the assist.
It was Partey to Willian. Even that weren't an assist because he rounded three players and pinged it bottom corner. That's not an assist. That's a pass. Yeah. So does the goalkeeper Thomas Partey get the pre-assist. So does the goalkeeper get the pre-assist then? How far back do we go on this?
But listen, no one has talked about pre-assist until Mesut Ozil. That is where your source of feeling is coming from. It's that's where that's coming from. The only way people talked about is assists. Whether you want to place importance on that is another discussion.
No, but this is how the majority of people see football matches now, through assist stats and pre-assist. Pre-assist wasn't a thing. I remember joking on Twitter saying, what's next? We're going to talk about pre-assist. Claude's getting bored, look. And I remember tweeting this out saying, are we going to start talking about pre-assist? What's next? About a year and a half later, everyone's talking about, even Rio Ferdinand's talking about pre-assist. Like, come on, the game's gone, mate. It's gone. It's a fucking pass. It's a pass.
I'll tell you when the game went when they brought this bloody VAR in, the biggest joke of all time. Biggest fucking joke of all time, mate. Leave our game alone. Don't take the emotion out of our games. The disgrace. Absolute disgrace.
Have you seen the handball that was given against AC Milan? Have you seen that? The AC Milan one last night? In July, in July, that wouldn't have been handball. July coming. That's not handball in July. So why is it now?
Oh, it's Man United, isn't it? And Stockley Park is in England, isn't it? So what do you reckon?
look, Claude. Sorry, can I just cut in for the VAR? Because me and Claude always have this discussion, and I'm having this. And we might as well share it with the pod as well. I'm sure the viewers be interested as well. You can't take the genie out of the bottle. You know, it was a lot of people on panels like this. You know, journalists, ex-players, pundits. Their buzzword was, we've got to give these referees as much help as possible because they're getting the decisions wrong. Well, we've got technological support in VAR, and we're still not happy because I think the thing is that other sports, the reason why they develop more than football is because other sports are more, how do I say it, they're more flexible in their thinking and they're willing to try things. In football, leave our beautiful game away. They don't like changing football. And
cricket and tennis one's perfect.
Sorry, mate, Kenny. There's only two decisions in football, right? In my opinion, that are actual facts. Everything else is subjective, yeah? Agreed? That's goal line and offsides. Yeah? They're the only real facts.
All right. Can I just say one thing?
Decisions aren't subjective. Why is one referee, right? We even had it on Saturday. Two referees, you're going on about VAR, two referees gave the same decision, and we all disagree with it, didn't we? The one that with the hand.
But at the end of the day, I'd rather have that than the situations you were having before where decisions were wrong. VAR got a lot of there's a lot of goals that have gone against us that previously that are not going against us because of VAR. So we've got to take it.
But Kenny, those decisions, right, like penalties and all the other decisions, they are subjective. One referee might think it's a penalty, another referee. So who's to say which one is right?
One more thing, Claude. Let's just talk about the facts. In September, when Spurs played Newcastle got an equaliser through letter of law, and everyone was complaining about the handball law. Even Steve Bruce, who got the penalty, and what did the referees do? They changed their mind because of media pressure. Now we're having situations where Hudson-Odoi isn't getting penalised for a penalty. Why is that happening? Why are we not getting penalties? And we didn't get penalties on last Saturday. It's because the media and podcasts like this have gone and put pressures on the referee to change their mind. Right. So what you need to do, and the buzzword is, let the referees do their job. If it's crap or not, let them get on with it because they're going to get more right than they get wrong.
Well, what the law with the handball, it should have been left what it was years ago without being changed. It's been changed so many fucking times.
Nobody knows what handball is anymore.
Right. So if they kept it as it was years ago, where it has to be deliberate, right? It has to be deliberate. So that's what it is.
Yeah, let me cut in there, Claude. Sorry, 1 second, Claude. 1 second, mate. Yeah, when it says deliberate handball and it has to be deliberate, how many people actually deliberately try and handball it? That's where the problem comes, yeah? Because unless you're going to do a Leno the other week and play volleyball, which was deliberate handball, that doesn't happen that often. The one that we see with Burnley at the weekend that we should have had the penalty, for me, that's a penalty. His hand is up here. It's in an unnatural position. Exactly. That's a penalty.
That's what I'm saying.
He hasn't deliberately tried to handball it, though.
But that's a penalty. But that's because of these laws and all these change. They've changed all these laws, right? Referees now are getting confused. They're getting confused. They don't even know the laws themselves because it keeps getting changed. If they kept it as it was, right, deliberate, like you said, that was deliberate. It was a penalty. We know it was a penalty, yeah? We know. I mean, I know people in the Arsenal media wants to take it to court and take referees to court and get them. But it ain't going to happen. But what I'm trying to say, that was a penalty. But if it's not deliberate, it's not a penalty for it. That's how it should be. Either it's deliberate or it's not. It's not deliberate. That's what it was for years and years. And we change all these things, right? We've got Wenger sitting on them committees. Well, by God, Jesus Christ, don't get me started. Arsene Wenger's on the committee, one of the committee members, and you wonder why it's all going all pear-shaped.
To be fair, even Wenger was saying the other day that people clearly understood the rules before they changed it, and he wasn't sure why the rules were changed even. I'm thought, blimey, if you're on the board and you don't even know, what chance does anyone else have?
Well, exactly. So I just don't understand it. There's two decisions that you can do: is goal line and offsides. There you've got the technology. You can't a referee's one interpretation of a penalty from one referee might be different from the other. Who's to say the one in the studio is more right than the one on the pitch?
Yeah, and not only that, the VAR, like you said, it is subjective, but so is being a referee on the pitch. It's subjective. Yeah. So what's the fucking point? You've taken it away from the geezer who's in charge of the game and given it to some fucking knob who sat in a trailer or.
Let's not have referee. I tell you what. Let's not have referees
everywhere, and then they draw their little lines. Yeah, and fucking still get the wrong decision.
Let's not have a referee. Let's let the game be run by a computer instead. Not have any referee on the field. Let's all run by a computer, and then let's see how far we go. Yeah, let the game run by a computer. Yeah.
The thing is, like people say VAR is not the problem; it's the people running it or watching it and doing it. Yeah, but that's the same as the referee. They are basically a referee. Yeah, but they've taken it away from the referee, so now it's their opinion, not the referee opinion. Yeah, for me, scrap the whole fucking thing. Scrap it. Never wanted it. And all it does is slow the game down.
Error. Listen, Lee. It's human error. Players make mistakes on the pitch, right?
Yep.
Referees make mistakes. Simple. Take it. Win, lose or draw. Take it. Argue in the pub after. That's it.
Claude. The thing is that the reason why we have VAR is because referees weren't allowed to make mistakes. That's why we brought it in.
But they should be. Everyone's going to make. Everyone makes a mistake. Aubameyang will make a mistake. Leno made the mistake the other night. Players make mistakes. Referees make mistakes. Leave the game as it is. It survived 100-odd years without all this crap. It's all bullshit, mate. Absolute all bullshit just to bring entertainment. Yeah, but
the problem with it is, I get why it's been brought in.
That's what it is. It's bringing entertainment so people watch it. And gets people watching the game more. It's all bullshit, and it's taking the emotion of celebration as well out of the game. People can't even celebrate a goal anymore. Players can't celebrate a goal. It's bullshit, mate. The whole thing is bull.
I see Jesse Lingard the other day. Yeah, score a goal. You could see after one replay in 4 seconds of it, and then popping the replay up, he's onside. Yeah, same. And it took him 3 minutes to fucking decide he was onside. By the way, the one the other night for I think it was Harry Kane. Son's passed it. He's in line with the 6-yard box. You can see he's onside. He passed it backwards. That took them nearly 4 minutes to decide that was onside. And they're drawing, they're playing around, and they're grabbing this and they're grabbing that. What a load of crap! Yeah, what a load of crap. Yeah, I watched that referee last night in our game. I thought he had a blinder. I thought he was absolutely quality, that ref. And when I see him, I was like, whoa. I even said it on the watch. I was like, rah, look how young this referee is. Yeah, I was like, he's a good one. He was absolutely quality. Yeah,
that's what we've got to look at, Lee, is the standard of referees. Let's go like we did with footballers. Bring foreign referees, put them under pressure, and see how good they are. That might bring the best out of our referees. Instead of this closed shop, let foreign referees come over to England and referee games. Let's spread it around the world. Like anyone in Europe can go referee anywhere in Europe. Let's go that way. Then we wouldn't have this closed shop. They can't. I mean, these referees know they're untouchable because they can go and there's no one who's going to replace them. There's no one.
Look at that Lee Mason the other day. Yeah. Look at Lee Mason. Right, Lee Mason blows his whistle. Then he realizes the goalkeeper's not ready. Well, hang on, it's an advantage to the attacking team, mate, not the defensive team. He then blows it just before the ball goes in the back of the goal. Right. Then he goes no. Then he gives it. And then he goes, well, actually, no. Look how long that took. And he fucked up. But guess what? What's happened to him is he's then been taken off of the fourth. He was the fourth official for the Liverpool game that next day, and apparently he had a calf strain. Yeah, he then didn't referee the following week because of a calf strain. But what will happen is they'll filter that fucker back in about 2 or 3 games time, and everyone would have forgotten about him. Yeah, it's bang out of order. At the end of the day,
the trouble is a lot of these referees now want to be more in the spotlight than the players, and that's the problem.
100%. The thing is, like, Harry Maguire came out. Luke Shaw came out the other day and said that the ref told Harry Maguire on the Hudson-Odoi handball one, that it caused controversy, so I can't give it. Harry Maguire's then made out that he never said that and he must have misheard him. Yeah. But that's Man United saying, yo, we need to fucking nip this in the bud real fucking quick, yeah? Like, for me, I don't think they're corrupt. I don't think that they're just clueless. Like you said, all 4 of us can sit here and we've debated over what a fucking assist is. Yeah, they're going to debate over what a penalty is. Yeah, we can sit here.
Look at the clown who's in charge of them, mate. You just look at the clown who's in charge of them.
Fucking, what's his name?
The most corrupt referee in British history, mate.
That was the fucker at Old Trafford when Reyes was getting smashed a bit.
That is one game. That's one game I saw. I was at that game there. That game, you can say he was cheating because they had 5 or 6 fouls. They were getting away, kicking. Ashley Cole goes 1 challenge and he got booked. And they were kicking. Neville was kicking.
Yeah, them Neville brothers took the piss that day, man.
Yeah. And they
literally just snapped Reyes every time he got the ball. Bang. And then he gives the fucking penalty, which was a dive.
Yeah, exactly. The biggest cheat going. Man.
Anyway, let's get back on a hype train, a positive one. We got Tottenham Sunday, North London derby. They haven't beaten us for a while at the Emirates. No, he'll be playing. He'll be. That's all bollocks.
No, I think there's a cut. Did you see the way he's got the ice pack on the knee, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all Mourinho mind games. That clause.
The leg could be hanging off. He's playing that game.
How many times?
Last time he played in a big game and he was injured, it wasn't fully fit. Cost them the Champions League.
To be fair, I think Jose basically came out today and said that no, he should be all right. Short of anything surprising in the scan, you should be okay for the game. So,
well, let me come on to Kenny. Obviously, Kenny, you would have been at the game if fans were allowed. Same with Claude. You guys would have been there, and it always means a bit more when it's up against this lot, doesn't it? But you have to have like, you got to give them credit for turning this around in the last couple of weeks because they've got Gareth Bale firing, Kane's just relentless. Yeah, and all of a sudden they've just gone whoosh straight up the league. Yeah, I think they're only 2 points off 4th now. So this is a massive game, not only for us because of it being Tottenham, but also for them, for their quest of trying to get
Champions League. It's bigger for them, really. Because we're in the league, we're not really what we're playing for here now. I mean, we're Europa League is our only real thing of getting in the Champions League. I think it's a much bigger game for them than it is for us.
Yeah, if they win it, then it gives them a better chance of getting top 4, doesn't it? But what do you think, Kenny?
Well, the thing about it is, I think what's happening psychologically it's just a bigger game for Arteta because I think what's happening is that it puts him under a lot of pressure if Spurs do the double over us because what he's going to do if Spurs beat us, it's going to put another nail into his coffin that we've basically made for him. Because we want to change, and it's going to just illuminate how bad we have been in the league, and it's just another crack that he's going to have to paper over if Spurs beat us and beat us quite well at the Emirates. So it's a big game for him in terms of all right, we're not going to get in the top 6, we're not going to get in the top 4, we know that, but it's all about pride. But in terms of Spurs, you're right, they have seen an outside chance of them, getting in the top 4. Because the team that they're really going to target is teams like Everton, Liverpool, and then if they can get consistently above those 2 teams, then they're going to have a target with Chelsea as well. Because I think they played Chelsea home and away. So really, truly, Chelsea's the team they're going to go from. So for them, it's massive. And you're right. Bale, has come into a bit of form. Song, you know, he's come. He's always been in form. Harry Kane's has been playing. He's been peerless. I mean, his performance last week against Crystal Palace is probably one of the best performances, individual performances I've seen in the league for a long time. So in that respect,
can't say that, Kenny.
You have to say, you have to. The other day, football's football, you know, and you have to give credit where credit's due.
You say that on an Arsenal channel, mate. Cool.
You know, look, you've got to realise
we're football fans as well as Arsenal fans. We're football fans. Harry Kane is unbelievable.
He's stirring a porridge anyway. He's trying to stir a porridge. We're not going there today. This is our podcast, not everyone else's podcast. But we don't do all sorts of things. But as I was saying before, Spurs are going to be. The only thing we know about Spurs' team, right? We know the front three is going to be. Midfield, does he play Dele Alli to make it a 5-4, or does he play in Ndombele and play maybe the big man Sissoko alongside him? We know that Reguilon is another player that we've got to watch. You've got to watch Reguilon, because I could just Reguilon on that left-hand side with Song on the overloads, and Harry Kane cuts in because he likes to cut in his right foot. We've got to be at it defensively, mentally, and whoever plays in that right-hand centre-half position has to be at it, has to be in great communication with Hector Bellerin. I'm assuming he plays, or Cedric who plays. No way are we going to let Spurs have joy down that left-hand side, or they'll murder us. Down the right-hand side, Gareth Bale. We don't know who's going to play it right back. It could be Aurier, it could be Doherty. So he's got a lot of options. The good thing about that is he's got his best players fit as well. So they're going to go to the Emirates and they're going to expect a win, because that's the mentality that they have as players, and Jose has as well. Because Spurs, fans and players believe they're better than us. That although they have this sort of pessimistic view that they always expect it to be Spursy, they're not going to feed us. So we need to catch them cold, like we caught Chelsea cold. But there's no room forever. Any Arsenal player who thinks that let's just switch off and let's just concentrate on the Europa League is going to get a short, sharp shock, and that's not just from Spurs, but from the fans. So they know the situation. Don't take the Michael, because we the streets won't forget if you get battered by Tottenham. We're not going to accept.
We have got a good record at home against this lot. I think we've only lost one of 26.
Well, we haven't beaten them. We haven't beaten them in 3 years though.
Yeah, the 3-2.
You haven't beaten them in 3 years, and let's face it, most of the majority of the games we've had with Spurs in probably the last 10 years, there's been more draws than Arsenal wins.
Hold on, so we haven't beaten them in 3 years. We have. We beat them under referee.
Yeah, we've done them 4-2.
That was in December 2018. All right, 2.5 years. But yeah, but apart from that,
is that how long ago it was? Fuck it, hell.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is that
last year we drew 2-2, didn't we?
Yeah, and we were 2-0 down. Most of the times, what we need to do as well is watch the referee, watch Kane and watch Song, especially in that box. What Spurs are looking for is an idiot to commit to overcommit the tackle, and because the minute they overcommit the tackle, you make stupid tackles in the box. Kane's going over. So Song, mate, and because you look at all the games that we've played against Spurs, most of them they've got penalties against us because of our brainlessness. So we need to be savvy, right? And like I said, don't fall into little traps that they're going to set us, right? They're going to try and upset us, and try and get the referee on side. And we need not to play that game and not get frustrated. So Xhaka,
I wonder if Mike Dean will be the referee.
No,
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we can have someone from North London, because I've noticed that Anthony Taylor.
Just Michael Oliver.
Oh, is it Oliver?
Yeah.
Oh, I've noticed that Anthony Taylor of Manchester and Craig Kavanagh of Manchester referees Man United and Man City games. So just having that one in anyway.
The funny thing is with Mike Dean, our record with Mike Dean is actually really good. I don't know why people seem to think it ain't. Yeah, we've lost one of the last 18 or 19 he's been in charge of. So I don't get why people have this agenda against Mike Dean. We've lost one and drawn 2 of the last 18 , I think, that he's been our ref.
May I suggest...
Because he celebrates when Tottenham score, isn't it?
Lee, may I suggest the reason why a lot of fans hate Mike Dean is the same reasons why Arsenal fans hate Graham Souness and they hate Paul Merson, they hate Alan Smith. According to a lot of Arsenal fans, if you're not praising Arsenal fans 24/7 and every article and every like TV telecast, then you hate Arsenal. You know, you're not allowed to say, you're not allowed to point out Arsenal mistakes because you're biased towards Arsenal. I just can't wait for the day I can't wait for the day that we actually start winning matches and winning big matches and big titles where this criticism will be water of a duck's back. You know what I mean? It just shows a lot. Do you think Chelsea fans but do you think Chelsea fans care what the media think about them? No, because they win. And I want us to win. I couldn't care less if the media rate us. Couldn't care less.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like I see grown adults that are my age or your age, sitting there saying, yeah, but people like that make us a laughing stock and other fans laugh at us. Are you that fucking weak? Like, what do you care what other teams' fans think of Arsenal fans? Well, how's it affecting your life? Like, literally, like, do you go to work and everyone goes, oh, I watch that channel. Oh, I watch that channel. Oh, your fucking fans are all shit, aren't they? Well, does that really affect your day? Like, and this is Chelsea. You're right what you said, Kenny. Chelsea, they couldn't give two fucks what anyone says to them. Because guess what? They're the most successful team in this country in the last 15, 20 years. Yeah, they win. Yeah, they couldn't care less. And they haven't been sitting there crying. Just coming back to VAR very quickly. They should have had a goal at Anfield for Werner. He was onside. Yeah, that was chalked off wrongly. Nobody cried about that because guess what? They won the fucking game. Yeah, they should have had a goal against Everton at Stamford Bridge the other day from Kai Havertz where he chested it down. It never touched his hand, although it did look on the first replay, but it never touched his hand. It touched his shoulder just here, like the bottom of his shoulder. But guess what? They didn't cry about that because they won as well. It's only Arsenal fans that seem to have this like, oh, everyone hates us. Everyone's against us. We're always the victims. Like, fucking get over yourselves, man. We're shit because of the decisions that this football club and the fans have allowed this football club to do over the last 15 years, where they've had every fucker's pants down, yeah, and all they keep doing is just going, oh, well, next year. All I've heard is VAR has cost us fucking 20-odd points. No, it ain't. It's cost us 5. We'd be 9th.
Yeah, what about the ones that have gone for us then on VAR?
Yeah, did they forget that? Aubameyang's one at Old Trafford where the whole of their backline stopped and he chipped De Gea, yeah? But their whole team stopped because they thought it was offside, yeah, because the fella had his flag up. They forget that. They forget the 2 at Sheffield United in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. Yeah, 2 offsides that VAR gave offside. We wouldn't have won the cup without that. Yeah, they forget the VAR in the final. Yeah, when they sent off
well, exactly.
Kovacic, when that was never a second yellow. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad. But this is what I find hilarious with it. It's like, why does anybody care what other teams' fans think of you? What does that do for your football club? Who gives a shit if Tottenham laugh at us? Who gives a shit if Chelsea are laughing and United are laughing? How does that affect Arsenal Football Club?
Well,
it don't.
I know you're talking about Lee. I know one of the people that done it. Maybe you should stick the stick selling fake merchandise instead of talking about other people. Let's go on.
Go on, Claude. What do you reckon, Chig? What do you reckon to all this? Like, obviously Spurs at the weekend, like that's a big game. But what do you reckon to all of this, like fucking conspiracy theories and all that bollocks? Like,
you know my feeling on this. For me, I've always said it. I think the minute where you are trying to focus on an incident being the reason that you didn't win a game, then you've already done something wrong. Because obviously your team needed that decision that badly to get 3 points. And that becomes the focus instead of the whole performance. And I think Arsenal fans have slipped into this habit where, for me personally, I dread it every time there's a VAR decision to be made. Because it just makes me think to myself, oh, so now instead of thinking about how shit our performance was for 75% of this, now everyone's going to be talking about the fact that the VAR people didn't give us this particular decision. And it always happens. It always happens. And we know the motley lot that tend to do it. The people that tend to focus on the VAR side of things instead of actually calling out the performance, looking at the whole performance and saying, was that good enough? Was that actually good enough? So I don't know. For me, I don't mind a good conspiracy theory, but for me, I don't like it when it detracts from the actual whole story. And the whole story was against Burnley for 85% of that game, we weren't good enough. Simple as that. Regardless of whether you want to tell me that, that the VAR decision was bullshit. And actually, in a lot of cases, I do think it's bullshit. But I'm not going to sit here and start talking to you about how, oh, well, they have it against us and they have something against Arsenal. And no, I have something against the fact that we need to rely on this shit every single week in order for us to get up the table.
Yeah, and that's my point. Chelsea, I ain't heard a single Chelsea fan crying about Werner's offside because they won the fucking game. Yes, at the time, they were crying when it was disallowed. I even tweeted and said, how the fuck is that offside? Yeah, but guess what? At the end of the game, did anyone care about VAR in that? They didn't, did they? Because they won the game, because they did what was required. I want to read this tweet out real quick from Kevin Peterson, yeah? He's the ex-cricketer now, isn't he? He said, the worst type of people on social media are the ones that in private, agree with the things that you are saying, but to be popular and not want a barrage of abuse from the Be Kind crew, actually agree agree with what they don't believe. He goes there. Mate, big up Efsal. There's been a lot of people in the chat as well, by the way, that have been asking if Zach and Afsal are coming back on. They will be at some point, but at the moment, Afsal's very busy with work.
Still in the kindergarten having a fight, mate.
And that Kevin Peterson tweet is spot on, right? Because he's right. There's a lot of people that just want to be on social media just to fit in and just to be liked, and they want to be part of the Be Kind crew, and when I see that tweet, I retweeted it because we've got a lot in this fan base, and it's not just our fans. There's Man United fans that do it as well, and other teams as well. But this is what gets me is the fact that you should I said this to Rance earlier. Who gives a fuck who the players are? Real talk. Yeah, we all want great players, but why are you going to fanboy over a player and a manager of a football club when in 5-10 years' time, the fucker might not be here? Yeah. Yes, it's great that you've got an Alexis playing for your football club or you've got a Mesut playing for your football club. But when you're backing that player over the football club's future and where you want your club to go, for me, that's fucking backwards.
Hold on, I'm just checking the Oxford Dictionary for whatnot. Hold on. No, it's not there. It's not there.
Oh man, you're killing me today, Claude.
Just check
everything else. And everything else, Claude, and everything else. You're fucking on it today. Big up to you.
Exactly, and I think we know who the people are.
But no, it's true. It's like, why do you give a shit about
as Kenny would say, pork chops. Pork chops.
I think the thing about it, right, is that the genie's out the bottle now. I think what's happened is that since Euro
Larry
96,
Hagman, that is. Larry Hagman, the genie. Larry Hagman?
You know, since 1996, since Euro 96, I think what's happened now is that, and maybe since the David Beckham phenomenon, is that the genie's out the bottle to a certain extent that fans are going to gravitate towards a player rather than their club, and you've noticed that a lot of clubs that are not successful tend to have players who are bigger than the club. Now, it's a team that's successful who churn out success after success. It's with the exception of probably Messi at Barcelona, but other clubs over the years we've seen, Man United and Liverpool over the years, and to some extent Chelsea, they haven't really idolised a player. They got over it, although with a lot of Chelsea fans, there's a definite affinity with Lampard and Terry. But apart from that, they've managed to move on pretty quickly. And I think, again, once we're successful, and you know, we realise that the reason why we're successful because it's a team game, and that that when a player outlives his usefulness, we're gonna get someone in to take their place. Then we're always gonna have that situation. I think.
Yeah, but that's where I get an issue with it. It's like you'd rather keep hold of a player or a manager than see the club be better. Yeah,
but
I don't get that. Like I used to idolise Ian Wright when I was a kid. I was the white Ian Wright in the playground. I tell you this every week. I was running around fucking scoring goals in the playground like Ian Wright. Yeah, but guess what? There comes a point where you go, well, actually, he's no fucking good anymore because somebody else has come along.
Yeah,
and somebody else has
come along. You were able to do that though because of the '98 side, the double side of '98, and then how those great years between '98 and 2004. You could do that. But supposing if we didn't have those years, you would have wanted Ian Wright at the club till he's in his Zimmer frame. And I think that's the thing. Successful clubs clubs have an understanding where they educate their fans into the fact that it's the team. Unsuccessful clubs or clubs who win the old trophy are always going to put a player first. Believe everything
Chelsea is the prime example, Kenny, because they got rid of Eden Hazard in the summer. Yeah. Does anyone fucking miss him? Or the summer before, sorry. Does anyone miss him? Has anyone said, oh my God, I can't believe we've let him go? Like, I ain't seen a single Chelsea fan this season saying we need Hazard. Yeah? Even when Pulisic's stinking the fucking gaff out every week. Yeah? Or Werner's having a shitter. Or Shai Havertz and all them ones, yeah? Like, and Hudson-Odoi, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, if Aubameyang left Arsenal, bloody Samaritans would be very busy, wouldn't they? Come on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's very true.
It's true, isn't it? Yeah? And Kenny's spot on. Successful clubs, it's just a revolving conveyor belt. Yeah, we want to keep it successful. What do you reckon, Chig? What are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, this is just another slant on the way Arsenal fans behave on the internet, though, isn't it? It kind of is what it is. It's an overall encompassing issue with the sort of things that we complain about, instead of probably focusing on things like, for example, tomorrow's game. I kind of made a point about it in my preview today, which was that, you know, we get so distracted with side issues and loads of things that are around the issue, like VAR, like players leaving, like, you know, rival commentators making stupid comments and distracting Arsenal fans. And for me, there are certain points in the year where Arsenal fans, don't matter if you don't like each other, you sit down next to each other and you support the team, you back the team, you show a bit of passion, so that at least from our side, these motherfuckers can never look at us and say, well, you didn't support us. No, we did everything possible to allow you to win this game. And that was kind of impassioned speech that I was making in my preview, which if you haven't had a chance to watch it, go Gooner Eagle Eye and watch it. Cheap plug. But I basically
the links are in the description. Check them out.
But I basically said that I wanted us to focus on just actually supporting these guys and actually trying to drag these guys through this game and showing that, you know, just even if it's just for one game, it won't mean anything in terms of getting us up a table or anything, but just for pride's sake, just for one day to be able to boast around and hold our heads up high and say, we run this bitch, even if it's just for one day. Because that was the way, at least the way I grew up at school, was even if it was just for one day and we need all right, for most of my school career, Tottenham was shit. But it didn't matter. I didn't care if they were 16th. It was beautiful coming in on that Monday morning and
going into
a
school,
smile.
Like, where's the United fans? Where's the United fans?
For me, that's the type of banter I like. I don't like the type of banter where I'm talking about a game that doesn't involve Arsenal fucking Football Club. I'm talking about a game that involves Arsenal Football Club because they are our local rivals, and I wanted to come in there, talk shit, and say, you know what, you lot are still shit. I don't care. I don't care. We came in and we
Yeah, but we
smashed
could do it not only with them, but we could do it with Chelsea at the time. We could do it with
Yeah.
United. We could do it
Man
with
United
Liverpool.
and
We were
Spurs.
the cock of the walk, bro. We were fucking
Yeah.
bowling into school back in the day, going, "Yeah, fuck you, man. We got Arsene Wenger, bro."
Yeah. That was
And then it
the
all
way
went
I
south.
remembered it.
It all went south real
I would
quick.
love us to just go back to that, because then also then it does take away from, you know, when these idiot players like Xhaka and Bellerin like coming out and saying, "No, well, you know, it'd be nice if these real Arsenal fans support us on the pitch and this, that, and the other." All right, there's your fucking support. What are you doing with it then? What are you doing with it then? Because I don't want to see
when Bellerin came out and said that about AFTV, he said that they profit off losses and negativity and all this bollocks. Yeah, well, don't he then? Yeah, and I've never got that, but that was great PR from Hector Bellerin. Yeah, great PR, because it saved him a load of flack for being shit. Yeah, and nicking over 100 grand a week, which he is, because he ain't worth half of that. He ain't even worth fucking 1/10 of that. He's shit. Yeah, but that was then stuck with the fans that don't particularly like said channel or us or this channel or other channels out there, right? So that is now stuck. So now it is, and I said this the other day, YouTube, every niche on YouTube's different, yeah? Why is it football and making money off of the back of a football club, yeah, by talking about that football club is seen as such a bad thing to do on the internet? Like, and it's not just us. I've seen it with Man United fans. I've seen it with Liverpool, Newcastle, and other fans. They get battered, yeah, for daring to go on YouTube and make money by talking about their football club. And that comes off of the back of players like Bellerin and others along the way down the years that have said, "Oh yeah, but if it's negative, if you're not backing the club and being like super positive all the time, you shouldn't be allowed to do that." What a load of bollocks. Any other niche on YouTube, they're saying donate to their PayPal account because YouTube take 50% of the money. You know what I'm saying? They're actively saying, "Here's my PayPal link." Yeah, so I get all of it. I'm not doing that. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, can you imagine the fucking outrage if I said, "Oh, actually, don't worry about that. I'll just stick my PayPal link in there instead." Fucking hell. People would want me cancelled again for the umpteenth time.
Lee, you know what it is with in terms of like
Maybe
fans and position. But Lee, you know what it is in terms of all the things that all three of you are doing, like you, Chig, and Claude. In terms of you guys being YouTubers, I think what it is, right, is that I think, you know what I think? I think it's some kind of working class thing in terms of working, because football's a working class sport. They're not comfortable with the fact that, you know, first, they're not comfortable, they've never been comfortable with players' wages. And now they've got this kind of new phenomenon where they don't like fans making money out the front, because I think what's happening is that they don't like Sky Sports or any other channel where they're saying, right, Lee Gunner represents Arsenal fans, Robbie Lowell represents Arsenal, Claudio Cagari represents Arsenal fans, you know, Chig represents Arsenal fans. And basically what it is that they got their idea.
Non è Claudio, it's Claude.
Yeah, all right, sorry, man. All right, I've got to make you out.
No, non sono italiano, sono inglese, non sono italiano. Come per
But you know what I mean, Claude. But you know what it is,
io cavaladista, sono italiano, non in inglese.
You know what it is, right? Is I think what it is that they're never going to be comfortable with that situation where someone else is being chosen as representative of football. I don't really want Arsenal fans all.
Yeah, but this is where they're dumb, Kenny, because they think that it represents the whole fan base. This is how thick these people are. It don't represent the whole fan base. It represents one Arsenal fan out of over 40 million, because it's their opinion. Yeah, but this is where
another
people
thing as well,
don't digest that properly, and they think,
why
that person?
If it's one more thing as well, a lot of these fans see things like AFTV, and as you know what you're doing now, they see you guys as they want you to represent the club in the sense that you're a protest movement for change. They want you. They see it as a service that you're doing this off your own back. You're a volunteer. Get your YouTube channel and you're going to put pressure on the chairman. You're going to do this and this and that. They think that if you're doing it professionally, no, you're not allowed to do it. And I think it's in every football fan's psyche that everything that we're doing here has to be a service and has to be a voluntary industry. And they don't understand, and they don't like the fact that you've got to put food on your table, and that's of every YouTuber. They don't like it, and I think that's the trouble with football. It's very precious. Football fans of the football seem to have rules that don't exist anywhere else.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, it's crazy. You have to go and get smashed off your face before a football match to be a proper fan. Like, what's that all about? Yeah, you're not allowed to record yourself at a football match because you're not a proper fan. You're not allowed to do an interview on camera outside the ground afterwards because you're not a proper fan. You're not allowed to fucking do this like now because you're not a proper fan. Fuck off. Every single one of them can suck out. Don't care. Yeah, don't care. And big up to DVS for your donation, my guy. You should have put it in my PayPal account. I would have got all of it.
Hey,
no, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. He said, Claudia, you my dad. DVS is sound as fuck. Absolutely hilarious. Big up to you. Look at the comment above it as well. Some people say, if you want to read...
Unless some bird hasn't told me something, I don't know, mate.
Some people say, if you want your comment read out, then stick it in the super chat. Yeah, yes, they do.
That is a popular...
Funny enough, I've never asked for one. But thank you to everybody who does and appreciate it.
It's mad the amount of people that do that and get away with it. I've never been one of those.
Yeah.
If you want your comment read, you've got to put it on a super chat.
Yeah, that's nah, bruv. No, bruv. You've seen how many I pin comments left, right, and set up PayPal. I've got PayPal. I've already got PayPal. You know what I mean? Yeah, but this is the thing. It's like it's so tribalistic football. Yeah, and it's like, you can't do this because you're putting our fan base in the gutter, and people and other fans are laughing at us. Oh, what? So I'm that fucking big? I speak for the whole fan base now, then? Because that ain't it, is it? Yeah, it's like, I just don't get it, mate. I genuinely don't get it. I've said this a million times before, right? We're gonna end on this as well.
I will say something. I don't like the term. I hated it. I actually wanted it removed from a title when I was at AFC. I don't like the term super fan. I think we're all fans.
I thought you were going to say influencer. I ain't an influencer.
No. I don't like that term either. But I'm just saying, I don't like the word super fan because you're on camera. I didn't like it. I wanted it removed from my title one. I didn't like it because I think everyone is a fan. No one is more super fan.
I'll tell you who is a super fan. Maria. She's a super fan.
Yeah, exactly.
She's fucking been everywhere around the globe watching about 4,000 Arsenal games.
If you talk about super fans, that is probably what. But when I see people being labelled super fans, it's because they're on camera. I don't like that.
Yeah. It's the same as influencer. I don't like the word influencer because I ain't influencing anyone. I'm just giving my opinion. Yeah. That's basically suggesting that anyone that's watching my content can be influenced because they can't think for themselves. That ain't the case.
Yeah, but the thing is, Lee, the thing is, guys, you got to realise right now is that the genie is at the bottom for all three of you, really, because of you've got YouTube channels. And it's what sells. Buzzwords like influencer sells. Another thing as well, you've got to remember another thing as well, is that a lot of our cousins abroad, all over the globe, they know about Thierry. They read up on Thierry Henry. They read up on, Arsene Wenger and the previous managers because they haven't learned the history and they watch all the games every time. But what they want to do, they want to be able to talk to Arsenal fans in this country. And I think that's one of the reasons why you guys are successful in your 300,000 subscribers, because they want to get to know English Arsenal fans who have an opportunity to not just be in England to watch the games, but actually go to the ground. And I think that's why YouTube's always going to be successful, is because they want to get to know who you guys are and know what we think. They want us to tell them stories about what it's like in a stadium. What the seats are like, what the food's like. Oh, yeah,
that's very true. That's why I said this to Rams earlier. I said I have messages, and I'm sure you do as well, lads. Yeah, you get messages from people that come in the chat and stuff like that, and say, "Do you know what? You make me feel closer to the football club because you can actually go, or you've been born in that country, and and you make me feel a bit more part of it. Yeah, I get that all the time. That's not a disrespect to anybody who's not from England or from North London. Yeah, but people do actually say that. Yeah, and this is and I said this earlier. Yeah, the club have taken advantage of people like that. Yeah, they've proper taken advantage because they know that they can. If they go and buy an Arsenal shirt, it's because they want to buy the shirt to feel part of it. Yeah, and feel part of Arsenal because they are part of Arsenal. They're one of our fans. Yeah, they're the club's fans. Yeah, we're all the same. But the club take advantage of that. Yeah, they really take advantage of that. And for me, that's out of order. You know, that fucking new merch they've dropped, yeah, like that's the 10th collection this season. They're taking the fucking piss. Like literally. But they know every fucker's buying it. I'm buying it. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. Yeah, but they're still taking the fucking piss. Yeah, it's like, but that's what they do now. And I might be stupid and cold for fucking going, oh, well, I'm slagging them off, but now I'm going to go and buy it. It is what it is. Yeah, fucking, I'm still going to spit my facts about this football club because I ain't stopping anytime soon. Big up to Jonathan as well. The hypocrisy that you're not a proper fan because you're getting super chats. They want you to get all the money as a small business instead of a multi-billion-dollar company. Pure hypocrisy. Yes, exactly, my guy. And you're always.
And also, apart from anything, and you know what it comes down to, even more simply than that, people hate the idea of you making money in front of their very eyes. Simple as that.
Do you know what I've said this before?
The idea that you are sitting down there and you are just doing something as simple as talking.
Yeah,
and the idea that you are making money off that. It doesn't matter it's necessarily about Arsenal. It really doesn't. It's just the idea that you are doing something that simple and making money off it. People hate the idea of that. Not everybody, but just certain types of people.
No, but
and that's what it boils down to.
I'm gonna end on this, yeah, right, real quick, yeah. And big up to everybody who's still watching live. Nearly 400 still watching. If I said to you, "Here's a camera and a mic, yeah, there's your season ticket. You can go all over the world watching Arsenal Football Club." But what you have to do is after the game, you have to go and interview people outside the ground. Yeah, but you can quit your job after a couple of years of doing it. Yeah, but you still have to work whilst you're doing it. But in a couple of years, you'll be in a position where you can quit your job and you can do it full time and grow it and grow it. Every fucking Arsenal fan would say yes. Yeah, they're hypocrites. They're hypocrites. And not just Arsenal fan. Any fan would say yes to that.
Any fan.
Yeah, any fan on the planet. So when they go, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that channel. Number one, don't fucking watch it, mate. Yeah, don't watch it because I don't watch Towie because it's a load of shit. Yeah, but I'm not actively out there searching for Pete from Towie to abuse the cup. Do you know what I'm saying?
I used to watch Towie until that bird left. I don't watch it anymore now.
Oh, you lot are funny, man. You're funny. It's true, but we're not sitting out here actively trying to like find the stars of Towie to abuse them and say you're fucking this, you're fucking that. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It's pathetic, bruv. It's absolutely pathetic. Big up to Loves Music as well. If you don't watch it, don't like it. Exactly. And on that bombshell, baby. Let's get some.
That's not what that said. Read it properly.
I pinned it. I ain't mentioning that. But listen. Big up to Claude again for coming on.
By the way, before we go, what's this about? What's this story about Oprah Winfrey and Harry? What's that all about?
I don't even give a shit what any of them are doing. If I'm honest, it's been everywhere, all over the timeline.
Piers Morgan's left his job. What's been going on this week?
And do you know what's funny? I couldn't give two flying fucks about any of it. Like literally, couldn't care less. I think I muted Harry as the name. Yeah, I think I muted Meghan. Yeah, Meghan Markle, Piers Morgan as the name. Yeah, like on the words. I don't want to see any of that shit on my timeline. I'm bored of it. Yeah, but then I've got my missus going. And I'm just like, babe, I really don't give a shit. Like real talk.
I want to know all about it.
He's lying. He speaks to her about it all the time. Don't let him lie to you.
No, I swear.
You
You watch her pop up in the chat in a second. You watch. She'll pop up and
Get
say,
her in the street. Get her in. Get her in. Arsenal, I want to talk to her about it. I like all this sort of gossip. I enjoy listening to this gossip.
It's all a load of fucking bollocks.
Kenny love it,
It's
don't
all
we,
a
Kenny?
load of
Kenny loves it as
fucking
well.
bollocks.
Kenny loves
Yeah,
talking
he said, she said, he said, she said. Who gives a flying fuck? You've gone to America. Enjoy your fucking lives. Queenie over there is doing her thing. Piers Morgan can say what the fuck he wants within the parameters of the law, yeah, and the restrictions of TV, yeah. Who gives a fuck? How's it affecting any fucker's life? Yeah, like, anyway, I've wasted too much time on it. I'm going. Big up Claude for coming on again. Appreciate it, man. And you, Kenny, and you, Chig. I'll be back again a little bit later, probably about 10 o'clock with another video. It won't be a live. It'll be a video that I'm dropping. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Claude, what's your schedule? When are you on next?
I'm actually got Anthony Costa and Danny Bear coming. Danny Bear, the actor, and Anthony Costa previewing the Tottenham Arsenal game.
Yeah, I saw the preview of that film when I was watching your channel the other day.
When's that?
The preview of the film. I don't know. I'm interested in watching it.
8 o'clock tonight. That should be good. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
There you go.
Two Tottenham lads.
All the links are in the description. Claude, Kenny, and Chig. Zax is in there as well because he is still part of the show.
When he feels like talking to us again.
No, fuck it up. Zax sound, man. But no, Chig, when are you on next?
So I did my preview earlier, as you guys know. May do another show tomorrow. Depends how I feel. But I'm next on, like, generally, Combat Show 9:30 this evening with Ola.
And don't forget Kenny Ken tomorrow if he's available. He'll be on tomorrow morning if everything's all right with Kenny. Preview the weekend football.
And it is Kenny Ken's birthday today. I'm just going to say it one more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kenny Ken. Happy birthday to you.
Hey.
Is it a big one? Is it a big one, Kenny?
No.
Okay.
Next year, the big one.
He's one run short at the moment. One run short of his 50.
Do you know what's funny, Kenny? Funny enough, next year is my 40th.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm 40 in next year. It's mad. I'm 39 in June this year. So next June I'll be 40. Mad, and it's your 50th next year, next March. That's crazy.
Hey, don't say it too loud. People might remember.
We're going to get out of it. Big up to everybody who's watched live. Kenny obviously doesn't have a channel, but his link is in the description. Follow him on social media. Make sure you check him out.
All I'm going to say thank you very much for the songs. Thank you very much for the messages as well. I'm going to go and answer some more messages on Twitter and on Instagram as well, because I know some people sent messages as well, so I'm going to reply to all of them. And I don't know, I'm probably going to have a nice little takeaway. What's on TV? And I think the family want to watch Coming to America 2. Please don't be a crap film.
Oh, you remind me.
Don't watch it on your birthday.
I've got to do a lot of catch up on EastEnders this week. I haven't seen EastEnders this week.
Apparently, I haven't watched EastEnders. I was wondering when Silent Witness would come back, but there's
Silent Witness is actually very good.
I love Silent Witness.
Yeah, well, it might be back. But one more thing before we go, there's a program on
that blonde bird in there, the doctor. She's brilliant, isn't she?
Oh, she's lovely. Chris, she's beautiful.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
And she can act.
On that bombshell, we're leaving.
Always Arsenal. Always Arsenal.
I'll set her out later.